Everybody, welcome to Angelic Realms Productions, and today is the Ascension Glossary reading, second reading. But before we start, I would like to do a little smudging, and for those who have never smudged before, I'm going to share what we do. And I apologize now if you hear any background noise, dogs, or my son coming in and out of the home. So this is white sage, and you can also use a type of wood called Palo Santo. And I make these smudging wands, and they're in my store on StudioDragonfly19.com. I custom make them. So if you're ever interested in a smudging wand or my power cuffs, I have a power cuff on here. This one is a geode, and so they're made with copper and a crystal or crystals. And I do customize, make the power cuffs too. They're a generator. It's the copper is a conduit for energy, and the crystals, it activates it. So here we have the smudge. You can see the smoke coming through. So I'm going to clear the energies, okay? And what I do is I clear any negative energies to go back to the light. This is a time where we are clearing energies, and the negatives all have to return and be safe because they were tricked here. So all negative energies, entities that are in this room, within my computer, within anybody who is watching this video, may they all be protected with the Christos diamond sunlight. I will explain that Christos diamond in a little bit. I'm going to relight this. Well, it's still going, but I like a good smoke here. Any negative entities or energies that are in this room or in this computer, whomever is watching, they are now going to be released into the light and with God and to their family. You have been tricked and you have been deceived. And it is now time that you go meet your family with love. They have been waiting for you, and you may now go and be free. And now I will set our intention. Our intention today is about enlightenment and learning about information that is given to us in the Ascension Glossary. And this knowledge is sacred to me, and it is public knowledge so everybody can learn. And with that, I send love, and I am in complete gratitude for having gifts given to me from the heavenly realms above. And so it is. Much love. Okay. Get my chair here. This one might be a little bit long. We have a lot to cover. And Enzo is laying on the mat. We just had a really good session. And now Enzo's getting off the mat. He's going to need a chair here. So he's going to need a chair. So excuse me, you get to watch me do this real quick. I don't want to push pause because I don't want to lose you. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate that. Everybody, hopefully you grabbed your water. Okay. Things happen during recordings. You know, it's part of life. So we're going to start with the video that I created. The first scene was the gold order. So I wanted to talk about the gold order and gold sun DNA. And I'll leave all the links in the description below. So you guys grab your water and enjoy. The second emanation of the primal sound. Remember, we already talked about the first when that was with the Emerald Order. Okay, so now this is the Gold Order, and this is the second primal sound field, which represents the second individual of the God source, is the Gold Order, which is part of the cosmic trinity. The second light manifestation of the Gold Order are gold rays order of seraphim, Ceres, avian bird people, and the Athenian, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Aethan lines that are the solar rishi, which incarnate in the fourth harmonic universe on Lyria Vega through the 10th universal stargate. Because of the human tribal shield affiliation and genetic relation to the 10th stargate and the infiltration of the golden eagle grid, many of the gold order have been appointed to directly rehabilitate and transit the draconian race lines. Okay, rehabilitate and transit. When we clear negative energies, we are rehabilitating and making a move into a different realm. So this is why when we're clearing energy fields, you send them back to their families. This is what's happening right now and what everybody needs to be learning to do. And it's to override their related NAA. And remember, NAA is the negative alien agenda. NAA is the negative alien agenda. So it's to override the NAA timelines. We're overriding it by taking care of the through rehabilitating them. The fallen 10D lines from Vega became the dragon moth lines, and as well as the hybridization made between the gold order seraphim and the fallen draconian lines. The gold order of the original seraphim founder races are protectors and custodians of the gold sun DNA, which is a progressive evolutionary DNA template that heals the fallen seraphim lines in the entire universal time matrix. The seraphim gold ray founder races, led by the solar Christ Michael, gave their bloodline records, their diamond sun genetics, their collective consciousness to help support the earth, to help reclaim the original 12-strand DNA of human beings that were lost during the fall of Terra. During the seventh cycle, culminating now, the embodiment process was to bring in all aspects of the cosmic Christ consciousness directly through Christ Michael's incarnation process and to fully embody the entirety of the diamond soul sun gold sun body or gold ray seraphim template, in which the entire fallen seraphim genetics could be resurrected. The result of this massive effort is the physical templating of the gold sun DNA for healing the fallen seraphim genetics, which form the highest lineage from which the black sun, you guys have heard of black sun before, groups were formed as dark angels and descendants into degressive race lines in the lowest dimensions. The return of the original gold sun DNA in the spring equinox is a spiritual powerhouse that opens up to 30 dimensions of consciousness access. And this development is a serious threat to the continued control of the black suns on the earth. Although these are difficult and dark times to navigate on earth, the restoration of the gold sun DNA is a major reason for celebration that greatly impacts the Holy Father Seraphim lineage and all of us on the Christos mission. Okay, so I'm gonna, how you can tap into, to learn about each highlighted topic here. I'm going to read about the gold sun DNA. It's 30 strands. The Seraphim Gold Ray founder races led by the solar Christ Michael gave their bloodline records, their diamond sun genetics, their collective consciousness to support the earth to help reclaim the original 12-strand DNA of the human being that was lost during the fall of Terra. And during the seventh cycle culminating now, the embodiment process was to bring in all the aspects of the cosmic Christ consciousness directly through Christ Michael incarnation process and to fully embody the entirety of the diamond sun gold ray body, gold ray seraphim template in which the fallen seraphim genetics could be resurrected. So anything is fallen is getting healed. Okay. I'm going to talk to you about the fall of Terra. The name Terra, because somebody on Facebook had asked me about Terra. So that's why I'm going to go into Terra. The name Terra has been used to describe the future Earth in its 5D form in the soul matrix universe. Our planet Earth exists in three main formed identities in the universal time matrix. The Earth originally came from Terra, which was a planet in the second harmonic universe that exploded and then imploded into a black hole. Some of the fragments were pulled into the lower dimensions and became our planet and solar system. Organic and naturally evolving solar systems that remain connected to the center point of all union, generally including 12 planets, including the sun or solar body. In the Earth solar system, mainstream scientists have not recognized Nibiru and the planet Maldek, which exploded a long time ago in the astrobelt. 3D is called Earth or Terra. 5D Earth is called Terra. Okay, let me go back. 3D Earth is called Earth or Terra, Terra. 5D Earth is called Terra, Tara. And 7D Earth is called Gaia. And different extraterrestrial races and extra dimensionals may call these future Earths by different names based on their language, such as Uranitea. They are all planet Earth at different stages of evolutions in the timelines. 5D planet Terra exploded, Tara, exploded millions of years ago, and as a result was sucked into a reversal black hole, which fragmented the entire fifth dimensional planetary blueprint into the 12 planetary bodies in our current third dimensional solar system. These include the 3D version of Earth we inhabit in this time vector of the universal time matrix. These 12 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Maldek, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Nibiru, and then the Sun star. Current science recognizes only 7 planets of the 12 in our solar system, along with dwarf planets. Okay. I'm going to now talk about the Crystal Cathedral. I'll go back and if there's time, I will go back and read some more because there's some things I would like to cover, like the Essene tribe. But with the Crystal Cathedral, architecture for building golden cities is based on microism to macroism, reflection of the divine structure to the house, the body of God, and has also been referred to as City Foursquare in the early ES materials. The Crystal Cathedral is the inner Christos diamond sun, angelic human light body that is built by the spirituality dedication to house the liquid plasma light of God. For the inner Christos to embody in matter, the inner dwelling must be cultivated to house our highest consciousness in order to exist oneness with Godhead. To experience our inner divinity, we must build the inner temple of our physical body to reflect the divine presence of the Crystal Cathedral, a body temple built for serving God and the divine plan, hence keeping your body clean. It's really, really important health. Don't have a clean body, you're going to not be able to connect as well. I think you'll still be able to connect. I'm not saying you're not. I just think that having a clean vessel, meaning no parasites, that is a block. Parasites contaminate our entire living vessel and our minds. So that leads into the whole body part of Angelic Realm Studio is learning how to have a clean vessel. The new architectural eternal life foundation is also being built in the universal macrocosm as a result of the indigo blue ray, ascension wave brain activation through the eternal eye of God. This particular blue ray activation is being referred by the Guardians as the Crystal Cathedral transmission from the cosmic cube matrix. This holds the schematics of the blueprint design that contains the Crystal Cathedral architecture for building the inner dwelling for the Christos consciousness within the planetary body and angelic human body. I'm going to read real quick. Crystal diamond pillars. Each of these diamond pillars has an anchor in a physical location on Earth. For a moment, let us acknowledge and connect with the crystal pillars in alignment to the 4 sacred directions of the Crystal Cathedral that are located in Machu Picchu, Peru, Oslo, Norway, Bali, Giza, Egypt, and Temple Mount Israel. And to that which is sacred to our diamond heart, I am with you in eternal love, eternal heart of God, core flows, always through infinite and spiral time. So when you go through and learn about the Crystal Cathedral, you can just kind of surf through all of this. It is quite amazing to learn about this. Hopefully, you guys can retain this. This is hard for me to retain. It's a lot of information. It's verbiage that are not familiar with. So it will just take some time. In the opening video, I show you the diamond. The Christos diamond sun body, okay? It's the horizontal is the divine feminine, and the vertical is the divine masculine. The diamond that it's embodied is the holy sacred union as one. This is one of the most sacred symbols, and I cannot stress enough how important it is. My dear friend who was a spirit tracer, Christy Peoples, messaged me. She sent this message to me. My guides wanted me, they contacted her. My guides wanted me to know about this symbol. And this symbol has changed so many people's lives. So I cannot stress enough to envision it above your head with covered in white light and bring it all the way through your body, all the way to your toes and all the way up. I will be repeating this over and over and over and over again because this symbol helps clear out negative entities and energies, and it also helps you raise to a higher level of consciousness. It is one of the most sacred, holiest symbols. It is also part of the Cathara grid, and the Cathara grid is within our internal consciousness minds. This is on the highest level, the Katharagata, the highest level of the heavenly realms. And below it is all those bloodlines below it that has been blocking us, okay? And cut off all of our chakras and our Kundalini. And we are being activated in our Kundalini. And this is why I do all this, because a lot of times this activates people. And we want you activated, you guys. This is an amazing time. So I'm going to continue. But I had to go over the Christos Diamond Sun because I posted it in the opening video. So speaking of Kundalini, every time I say that, I think of a pasta. Have you had your Kundalini today with white sauce or red sauce? Anyways, Kundalini. I didn't even know what a Kundalini was, okay? But here I'm going to share what it is. In our Ascension model, we recognize and work with 15 waves of spectrum of frequency. Now, when I do my humming, that is considered a spectrum of frequency. Okay. The correlation directly with the universal rays, dimensions of time, and how our individual energy centers, also referred as chakra systems, are connected to those dimensions of time that exist in multidimensional universes. The first 9 layers of spectrum of frequency can also be called Kundalini currents, which include the levels of the lower particle currents that make up the physical matter worlds below, what's below. And above the 9 dimensions are the antiparticle dimensions, which are the blueprint forms of liquid plasma, light, or hydroplasmic currents. The amount, I got sidetracked because I was looking at something else. I apologize. So the amount of energy stored in the personal Kundalini current is the capacity of the genetic code to hold the higher consciousness level of energy. The soul and spiritual energies that cannot integrate into the DNA to be activated will be stored in the Kundalini center that is located in the base of your spine. So my last video, I had talked about I was having spinal stuff happening. A lot of times I'm feeling pain in my spine when I'm in my creative mode. I'm activating part of my Kundalini with creation. And that is also part of the law of one, which I'll talk about that too in a little bit. And I had to just bring that up. The troubled history of the NAA, which is the negative alien agenda invasion, and the resulting DNA damage that was incurred from subsequent artificial intelligence abuse and a variety of applied trauma based mind control methods as well. The Antichrist conflicts has rendered most Kundalini energies dormant or distorted in the human being's energy field upon Earth. My humming breaks up AI and distortions and negative energies to start activating Kundalini. Okay, so I keep losing my spot. I'm sorry, because there's a lot of words I'm looking in through here. So the most Kundalinis are dormant or distorted in the human being's energy field upon Earth. Most people on Earth currently have not had any natural biological spiritual ascension with an appropriate Kundalini activation. Spiritual ascension is a simultaneous increase of expanding consciousness and dissension of our higher dimensional spiritual energetic bodies into our physical bodies. This happens through the process of progressive Kundalini awakening at the base of our spine, which moves these energies up the central vertical column into the crown. Ascension is a change in the spectrum of frequency, which happens through biological Kundalini awakening, which initiates a change in the focus of our consciousness. Ascension is about moving our consciousness from one reality to another. And trust me, I want to be in a different reality. It is much better than being in 3D. Since reality is a dimension, what we are undertaking is essentially a full dimensional shift. To go through this consciousness shift, we must adjust our way of thinking and being to that which is in alignment with our soul purpose and true divine essence. We have an awareness of how our light body works, an awareness of human energy field and the spectrum of frequency that impacts our consciousness, that supports our understanding that all things that exist around and within us are energetic form, vibratory quality of rate of frequency. The energetic life force current that makes up dimensionalization within the first 9 dimensions is also called the Kundalini energies or the Kundalini spirals in the Ascension. And in the Ascension stages of spiritual initiation, we refer to the initiation in higher spectrums of frequency synonymous with understanding Kundalini activation. Each of the Kundalini currents are Trinity waves, okay? They're accessed through merging a polarity, such as the merging of masculine and feminine energies. Our species have been suppressed through bi wave influences that split apart the gender polarity, making it impossible to connect to God source through our sacred union of the male and female. With these sets of three energies that are interwoven into the triad wave current that gathers consciousness energy in order to build the horizontal triad bodies or mental bodies. And it's designed the way the mental bodies will act as the link of a human consciousness in the physical world, matter worlds. Kundalini activation can be measured through observation of outward demonstration of how people think and the quality of thoughts they carry that influences their behaviors. The total of 9 dimensions that are comprised of spectrum of frequency are interwoven into the three main Kundalini triads. Once all 9 dimensions of frequency are activated in the human light body, activations in the threefold founder flames, liquid plasmic light commences and begins the higher spiritual initiation to activate their inner spark of plasma light of the Christ consciousness. Going into Christ consciousness real quick because it goes into the law of one. And the law of one is so important. The law of one is the comprehension that all things are made of intelligent energy and are part of all one. The law of one contains the sacred science of which explains the mechanics of Christ consciousness that compromises the natural laws that are governing the universal creation. All one is a recognition that internal truth is internal love, and the state of eternal love is the organic consciousness of infinite creator of God's source. The internal love consciousness embodied with the form is referred as to the unity intelligence. Okay. I'm going to go back now because I veered off into the um, Christ consciousness. But really, really quick here, I'm going to read the law of one. I just have to find it. I send it to so many people, so I have to find it in just a conversation, and it will take me like 2 seconds here. Okay, the law of one. The law of one practice unity consciousness, practice loving yourself, practice loving others, practice loving the earth and nature, practice service to others, practice consciousness expansion, and practice responsible co-creatorship. Part of co-creatorship is a very important part of this. This is about the collective working together. And collectively working together is huge for me. Um, and not many people are able to do this. And not many people are able to love thyself and what that actually means. And sometimes loving thyself is about creating appropriate boundaries so you stay on your path. And remember that saying that your opinion of me is none of my business. That is part of loving yourself, because other people's opinions of you can be destructive. So there's a lot of healing and self-help with loving yourself. So with each practice comes work. Okay. So yeah, it takes a lot of work doing the law of one. And when you do this law of one, it starts your kundalini into higher levels of consciousness. So it is very important to be practicing the law of one if you want to be part of this. You have choices, you have free will. This is not forced upon you. Okay. But it is encouraged, because we all want people to be able to ascend to the timeline they would like. I'm not saying one timeline is better than the other. But what I know and what I feel, and I will share that the crystal ascending timeline, you will be able to be in light form, and you will be able to go back and forth. The Fibonacci timeline, you won't be able to. You're not in light form, okay? And so the people that will be on the crystal time wave will be able, like I said, to ascend and go back and forth, and we will be able to bring in higher levels of technology. And I'm talking free energy, I'm talking med beds, I'm talking cures for illness. And when that happens, I don't know when that will happen. I'm not really psychic yet, but if I have a date for you, I'd be more than happy to share it. But I don't do dates really. I am doing the date of the two timeline split. The reason why is because it's a mathematical um the timelines are in a mathematical sequence. It has been broken down. So the split of the two timelines is in November. They say November 7th and 8th. Now we feel these two timelines, they're energies, okay? So that we're feeling the ebb and flow of these energy, the timelines going in and out with one another. They overlap, and that's what they'll be doing until November, until we have the crystal timing this way, and then we have the Fibonacci going this way, and it's going to go into another spiral, and this goes up higher. The ascended timeline goes up higher and higher. Hopefully that gave you a visual. I have posted the timeline. There's videos of timelines on it. Okay, so I wanted to get back to the Kundalini. So the light body activation in the threefold founder's flame, the liquid plasmic light commences and begins the higher spiritual initiation to activate the inner spark of the plasma light of the Christ consciousness. And when the threefold founder flame is activated within the light body, the vertical central column, in your spine, your hara line is expanded into permanent structure of the 12D shield, which widens the central column to become the structure of that holds the internal hydroplasmic pillar of Christ line. All 9 dimensions of spectrum of frequency exist in the triad pattern comprised of the 3 sets of the Kundalini energies that are coiled up within the 8 fetal cells located at the tailbone, or I can't pronounce this, the coccyx. It's COCCYX, coccyx. These 8 fetal cells are created at the time of our conception. The incarnation consciousness identities are connected into these intelligent layers of spectrum of frequency that are linked into the silver cord of the soul and holds the birth blueprint of the transduction sequence imprint of the entire consciousness record of that person. For that person, I'm going to look into the transduction sequence and read that. Hopefully it's not too long. It's pretty short. The transduction sequence is the definition of when the God spark connects to the core manifestation body, 12 tree grid, which is our light body. That is the blueprint record that projects our consciousness identity out into the elemental, physical, manifest body. Okay. And then it just goes into what I just talked about. The Kundalini coils in the base of our spine are connected to the silver cord and to the pineal gland in the brain. And when the pineal gland receives enough stimulation of higher dimensional spectrum of frequency to begin activating into the soul and spirit bodies, then the process of DNA activation begins. Ultimately, upon spiritual initiation of the inner spark of light in the tailbone, this personal spark must travel up the Kundalini's currents, gradually moving up the body's vertical column to eventually manifest as spirals of plasmic light radiating from out of the heart center. Months and months and months ago, I was having tailbone pain. I don't have it now because it already worked. It's working its way up. So it's like middle spine, and that's starting to calm down right now. So what's going to be next is going up, up, up. So I'm almost like, I'm not fully Kundalini activated. I am over halfway activated. And so, but I remember having that the tailbone pain, and I didn't know what it was because, whenever we have a pain, we're like, oh gosh, what's happening, but that's what's happening in the spine. So then you'll be like, it'll trigger a memory like, oh, that's what I was feeling. That was when the activating was happening. And I know many of you have felt this. Once Once the inner spark is able to move up the central column into the higher heart complex, it will begin to communicate with the thymus gland, and hormones are released into the blood to create the combined energies required to ignite the permanent seed atom. Okay, I'm going to tap into the thymus gland. The thymus gland is really important with this. It is situated in the upper thorax. So, like right here, you guys. Large in infants and children and shrinks as the humans grow older, the thymus gland creates specialized white blood cells that are crucial for the body's immune response. Hence why the jab, they wanted to mess up your thymus gland with the jab, and it created havoc with ailments. So the thymus gland creates specialized white blood cells that are crucial for the body's immune response. It's linked to our lymph tissue development as well as the immune system. It produces hormones that stimulate general growth, particularly in early life. It has a purifying role in the body's producing lymphocytes, which form parts of the white blood cells defense system, attacking invading organisms and providing immunity. And scientists also recognize the autoimmune diseases where the immune systems attack its own proteins. Okay, autoimmune deficiencies, AIDS. Okay, you know about the jab and that. Okay, and that I don't need to speak anymore about that. So it mistakes them for a foreign substance and have an emotional link and are not simply due to physical or environmental causes. The thymus gland is responsible for the production of T cells. These T cells regulate the immune system. It has been proven that these cells have an innate intelligence that eavesdrops on the internal language and grants up the subconscious to either extend life or death of the physical body. Now, people do tapping. The gentle tapping of the thymus gland can create major changes to the person, especially as they take an inhaling breath. And this is the place of spiritual evolution right within our core being. The core spiritual essence of the inner Christos is held in the seed of Adam, which manifests the crystal heart and is the infinite and eternal. I'm going to go back to permanent seated Adam. So tapping your thymus while you're breathing. In meditation too, I highly recommend the tap, 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 tap. Okay. Permanent seed Adam is that which contains the divine Christos, blueprint and its blood record within the thymus gland in the higher heart center. The divine blueprint transmits the DNA fire letters into the instructional grids. And once it's relayed through the opened and activated permanent seed atom, as every living thing has a permanent seed atom and blueprint structure, so does the living universal layers of the time matrix. And as the records of the permanent seed atom opens in each sub band and its harmonic layers across all space, time, and dimensions. It is then that feeds the source energy, the 0 point field, into each of the grid's instruction layers in accordance of the law of harmonics, which includes reflectional symmetry. Whatever structure does not resonate to the original blueprint pattern either self-corrects or it is overridden or it collapses. The collapse of the structure is due to distortions to such degree the integrity of the blueprint has been fully corrupted, and therefore, upon the impact of the critical mass of living light current that has been accumulated within a manifest container that is holding consciousness, it may possibly destroy the container that the form that has become distorted in order to be corrected. It is it into its original blueprint nature, basically inorganic material. Real quick, the threefold founder flame, because it was mentioned. There are three original primal order sound fields, okay? Remember, the first sound field was with the Emerald Order. The second primal order of sound is the golden sound. I talked about it in the beginning of this video. And the third I'll do later. And I have a feeling the third would be I could be wrong, but I believe it's the amethyst order. So let's find out because I hate waiting. Emerald order, blue flame, gold flame, and the amethyst order, and the the violet flame. So Emerald order is the blue flame, gold order is the gold flame, and the amethyst order is the violet flame. Okay, so the violet flame is the amethyst order, and that is the third. That is the third sound. That is the third primal sound in creation. So going back, the the fields make up the ray aspects of our entire universal creation in the universal time matrix. Collectively, these are also referred to as the founders and the threefold flames that make up the GSF triad. The GSF triad is God, sovereign, and free. GSF, that's what it's the abbreviation. I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. The threefold founder flame, Gestalt, Gestalt of the universal consciousness, is called the guardian host. The threefold founder flame of the universal consciousness, the guardian hosts these, okay, you guys? The threefold founder flame untied into a single triad of liquid plasma current to create the 12D ray, which is the blueprint for the diamond sun. Diamond sun is so important. I cannot stress enough. And neither can my friend Christy. So the diamond sun body, or the silicate matrix of the Christ body. I'm going to go back into this, into the GSF, because there's some really, really good information here. The cosmic trinity, the three universal founder rays, blue ray mother arc, magenta ray father arc, golden ray son of Christos. There are the three original primal order sound fields that make up the ray aspect of our entire universal creation of the universal time matrix. These founder trinity flames embody as the guardian host to protect the rights of our spiritual liberation for all living things to evolve as the GSF, God, sovereign, free. The three universal founder rays are the universal trinity and are comprised of blue ray mother arc, magenta ray father arc, and the golden ray son of Christos. The universal trinity is the first light of one blue flame in 13D. The second light, one gold flame, is 14D. And the third light of the one violet flame is 15D. And together they make the trinity that makes up the threefold founder flame of our entire universal time matrix. There are three original primal order sound fields. Okay. That was really long. And hopefully it sparked something in you. When I read these, this helps me to absorb, you guys. So I'm doing this for us. So one, it absorbs in me since we're all kind of connected. Not kind of, we are all connected. Then it helps with you too. This is a big one. Okay. So the Lion's Gate is huge for me. I'm going to go back into a little history so you can know who I am and why I feel so connected. First of all, my grandmother, her maiden name is Chris, Kriss. I'm Jewish, okay? I growing up, we did all those things, summer camps and religious school, and we were more very on the liberal side of Judaism, but I was in religious school and Hebrew school, had a bat mitzvah, went to Jewish camps, did it all. And it was heavy. Yeah, that was kind of pushed on me. And um, but then as I started to wake up and learn about religion and the Khazarian mafia, I was very taken back about what had happened with Judaism. And so I kind of just stepped back from religion. I needed to. And some of the Jewish traditions are so beautiful, you guys. I know some of it is, with the Passover and the traditions what they do. There's some blood things going on, blood of the first son, and these are probably been changed through history, anyways. So I go down a spiritual path, is what I'm trying to say. I had to go into spirituality and take religion out of the whole equation for myself and figure it all out. And so, with that being said, getting back to my lineage is of um the last name is Chris in my bloodline, and I'm A negative, and so there's a lot of things lining up, learning about who I am in my bloodline. And so this is why I probably do the things I do and connections and whatnot. I am learning that I am part of the Anuhazi Essene tribe. Anuhazi, which would be lion. Essene is part of the Christ line, I believe, and it's the first template of human beings. Okay, so this is part of my who I am, and more will be revealed in time. And it's also part of the Emerald Order, which is the first primal sound. And with the Lion's Gate, my mom. So last year, I'm from Southern California originally. So when my mom became ill, my son and I flew out to California. We were out there for 3 weeks, and I helped my mom transition. I helped her while she was in the hospital for 2 weeks, in the process of dying, and I tried, when you help someone go through that, you wanna make them as comfortable as possible. So I rubbed her feet, I played her favorite music, and she would react to the music. But if I had known now where the gifts that I had now, which I had gifts then too, but I didn't look at them. I look at it differently now. But now being a helping people with the process of death that I've been gifted, it is all coming into fruition. Into really, that is one of my jobs, is being a guide to help with passing. And so I couldn't understand what was taking so long with my mom. It was brutal watching someone die for 2 weeks. It was so hard on my soul, and it was I just couldn't understand what was taking. Why is she holding on? And then I started having answers now, almost a year later. My mom passed on the highest peak of the Lions Gate on the 8th, and there's a reason for it. So I'm going to Sedona. I'll be there for this on her anniversary, and I have a calling. It's just, and a lot of gifts have already happened before I even got there. And so I'll be going there with a fantastic person. I'm giving him an honorable mention. His name's Chadwick. You guys, if you don't follow him, you've got to follow this incredible man. We are in relation of sorts. So he is beautiful. He has worked so hard. He has helped a man in so many ways to he helped a man named Jake Angeli Chansley through it, airing him in the prison tapes, so he could have a voice while he was in prison. Jake is the America Shaman on Twitter, and Chadwick has helped this man have a voice while he was incarcerated. And he has been his biggest supporter. And I am Chadwick's biggest supporter. So that's why I'm giving him an honorable shout out, and follow him on the Liberty Report. He's also on Twitter. I'll leave all his links below. He writes the most beautiful articles. You guys have to read it. For for educating people, and people that want to still learn, and they're not in fully ascension mode. It's okay to still want to learn. It's still enlightenment. Okay, I just suggest watching his videos. He did videos at the Arizona Capitol. He even used his pulse electromagnetic field mat at the Capitol. So we're very aligned in healing as well. This man is egoless. This man is a servant. He does never, he is just beautiful. I've learned so much from him. He is a producer. He's going to be helping me with my website. He is helping me produce my promotional video for my website. And I cannot stress enough, if you guys need any help in any way, regard, shape, or form in building a website or creating a promotional video, that you contact this man. Anyway, so sorry about veering off, but it's just very important for me to mention him. Um, and he's been invited personally from Mike Lindell to be an event. And Mike Lindell called him to be at this event. And I think he's going, and I may attend as well. My role in this would be not for politics. It would be for healing the energies. I will be doing constant healing if I attend this event. Okay. Moving on to the Elohai Triple Great Lion Networks. Oh, wait, I wanted to go back. There's a code, okay? There is it is a type of activation code, but it's for Michael Lindell. I'm going to share this, okay? You guys can get a free PDF book of Mike Lindell's if you just sign up, and you can get you can watch this event happen as well. So I will leave this in all my links, because I love Mike Lindell. He's a huge supporter of, of what's going on, and of the fraud that's going on with the election. Moving forward now, the Elohai Triple Great Lion Networks. I want to talk about this, and this also leads into the APINs, APINS, the grid system with the lion. I want to talk about that a little bit. So, the Emerald Order, which is part of the first sound, primal sound, Elohai Elohim built the triple great lion networks in the physical shape of lions. Remember, the lions are also the Anuhazis. And this further communicates with crystal temple networks, which connect to the living sound, water, vapors, and elementals that are awakened throughout the planetary body. In simpler terms, this operates as a trinitized broadcasting system on vertical lines, which transmits single signals and plugs into the planetary crystalline body so that humanity is directly connected to the Emerald Order crystal heart circuitry and the cosmic source domain of our cosmic Elohai parents. The Emerald Order, Elohim, Christos, Anahazi founders built an extremely advanced global grid technology system to interface directly with the planetary grid system stargates and crystal temples after the damage incurred from the electric wars. This was designed to support the gradual modulation of running organic base 12 current and divine blueprint of the diamond suns, platinum crystals, and Christos Sophia diamond heart staff codes throughout the vertical axiational lines. These vertical axiatonal lines expand into three Elohai great lion networks that function as the guardians of the vertical lines, with each network located in one of the three harmonic universe surrounding the timelines of the Earth, Terran, Taran, Gaian matrices. The Triple Great Lion networks function as a Christos avatar consciousness trans-time travel grid in which past, present, and future timelines of Earth can be viewed, observed, and the artificial intruder grids can be clearly seen and removed. The NAA, that's the negative alien agenda, have inserted a tremendous amount of alien hybridization networks generated to interfere with, block, and scramble the natural DNA frequencies and vertical alignments which connect humanity to the authentic Emerald Order Elohai mother lineages that created the Great Lion Network. This is a little long, so grab your drink. The planet Earth in the first harmonic universe is encapsulated with the Great White Lion grid. The future planet Terra, Tara, in its pre-fall template is located in the second harmonic universe and is fully encapsulated within the blue lion grid. The future planet Gaia in the third harmonic universe is encapsulated with the golden lion grid. Okay, you guys. So we have the great white lion grid, and that is in the first harmonic is the great lion, great white lion. First harmonic. The second harmonic is the blue lion. And the third is the golden lion. Okay, so we got white, blue, and golden. Those are the triple great lion networks, and they were designed to stabilize the main 12 vertical axiatonal lines that run north to south axis of the planetary grid network. The Elohai's triple lion grids are in a tri-wave unification of all three harmonics universes of the Earth Terra and Earth Terra, and Gaia woven into the main planetary staff, which has been fully reconnected throughout the planetary galactic universe and into the cosmic source domain of the cosmic sun Elohai parents, which is fantastic. It's exciting. This is good. These are planetary grid networks created with advanced crystalline technologies that are strategically placed in order to protect and support the planetary grid to interface between organic and natural electromagnetic energy currents that make up the axiatonal and meridian ley line networks. These networks reinforce the instruction sets and blueprints running in the planetary body, which further supports the DNA template, energy to form manifestation and consciousness level of planetary inhabitants. There are several other of these networks that have been created and manipulated by the negative alien agenda invading races since the Luciferian rebellion to block communication with the cosmic founders and interfere with planetary ascension by introducing the DNA coding for the purpose of alien non-human to angelic human hybridization and degression. These intruder grid placements during the Luciferian rebellion led to a series of events that culminated in the Atlantean cataclysm. These grids, originally created by the founder races and later during the negative alien agenda invasion, are collectively referred as the Atlantean Pylon Implants Networks, or APINs. Okay, I'm going to show you what an APIN looks like. Okay, and this is Voyagers, The Secrets of Amenti. These, and I've been trying to figure out, so this, a big light bulb went on last night for me, okay? And I, thank goodness, because it's either, it's gotta be from my guides. There's no way I could have just, or maybe it's just my intelligence, things are kicking in. Let's just put it that way, okay? I'm gonna show you what these APINs look like. If you've never seen an APIN, these are what's covering in all of the different harmonics. Find it. Here we go. Okay. This is the Great White Lion Guardian APIN. This is what it looks like. Okay. This is really what the Sphinx is. It's really a lion. Okay. That's what the Sphinx is. This is covering almost the entire world. And I will read about this at, well, what will happen is I'm going to end up doing multiple readings, but I'm going to read this to you. The Atlantean Pylon Implant Network System, which is 5.5 Maya, Elohim, Leonin, Anuhazi. So this is where it goes back into the Anuhazi. So the founders of Armamentina and Lyria and Sirius B and created we'll use the initial GWL and its APIN as their Earth Templar Crisis Intervention Mission after the Electric Wars 5.5 million years ago. The Great White Lion runs on a D12 code pulse and links Earth's planetary shields to the divine blueprint D12 pre-matter template of Lyria and Armamentina. Armamentina is the highest level. That's like the heavenly realms. It's 12. Okay, that's the 12D. The Great White Lion APIN is the guardian of the vertical. It's also considered guardian of the verticals, the protector of Earth's 12 vertical axiatonal lines. When activated, the billions of minute crystals pylon implant microchips of the Great White Lion and those of its golden eagle APIN, which is a companion, form a scalar field that holds the Earth's fragmented planetary shields together during the SAC to avert a pole shift and prevent Earth from being drawn into the phantom matrix black hole system. Okay, this here, the next one is the eagle, the golden eagle APIN right here. Okay, but let me finish with the lion. The great white lion APIN was rendered inoperable when the Omicron draconian raided Earth during the 2008 to 208,216 BC SAC, causing Earth Templar to run on an unnatural D10 code pulse. In 46,459 BC, the original Sphinx portal fortification monument of Egypt. So that's why I brought in the Sphinx, because I knew this is really a lion, which the Sphinx portal fortification monument of Egypt, which originally had the face of a lion and not a man, was co-created by the Anuhazi Leonin founders and Anunnaki races whom had joined the Emerald Covenant. You're seeing all the connections now, you guys. Hopefully you're seeing it. The Sphinx design was chosen to commemorate the intended reactivations of the Great White Lion APIN through fulfillment of Earth's Christos realignment mission. It's a complex, the APIN or LPIN system regulate the complex mathematical programs by which interdimensional electrical current interface with the Earth Templar. It will begin, the Great White Lion APIN will begin the 12 code pulse activation. This has already happened, okay? This happened in April 2003 for the first time since 208,216 BC, 216,000 BC via activation of the Ioni Indigo's four faces of man LPIN system successfully activated. The Guardian's APIN LPN systems will prevent pole shift and further intruder invasion during the 2000-2017 SAC. I don't know what SAC is, but I'm sure it's going to come up. SAC. System activation code. Okay, see these things, they just come. Thank you. That was a guide guiding me because I didn't know what it was, and then it came. System activation code. You guys saw exactly what happens when you ask, and it came to me. Okay, so I'm not going to read the golden eagle pin because that's going to come another time. That's going to be for another video. So now I'm going to finish reading about this is why this Lionsgate portal is so important to me. All right. And hopefully it's important to you because the 8th is the highest energy day. You manifest, you guys. This is the time to manifest between this time period. I believe it's July 26th through April. July 26th through August. I think it's August 12th. Okay. I had it in my little video. Those incarnated on the Christos mission, have had the task of identifying the intruder networks and working in multidimensional grid work teams to disassemble, remove, and extract the anti-human networks promoting alien hybridization coding and base 10 current Metatronic reversal. Metatronic, you guys. I'm going to repeat this because some people who haven't watched my previous videos, and again, I've lost many friends over this. They are just cognitive dissonance about Metatron. Metatron is fallen angelics. Their consciousness was taken away was fallen a long time ago. I posted a video on my first video. So go back to my first reading and look for the fall of Metatron. Okay. So, and it says in here about Metatronic reversals. Those being systematically demolished now are the Phoenix Falcon grid, because these are the grids. They're in this. Do you want to? I'll show you what the Phoenix Falcon grid looks like. Okay, so I'll show you these grids as I talk about them, so you can have a visual. That's what I do. I have to give you guys visuals because it really. I think I love having a visual. Might take me a little bit to find it again. Closed. Here it is. Okay. Hopefully it's all in here. So those being systematically demolished now are the Phoenix Falcon grid. Let's find the Phoenix Falcon grid. I see it. I see it. I just want to make sure that's it. The problem is that it's you only see the claw. I'm going to show you because it's also a dragon. So you can see, and you've seen this before, I'm sure. See, there's a claw in this. There is a falcon claw right here. And then you have the dragon in here, okay? The dragon intruder. And that's the dragon moth, because I'm going to talk about that here. Try to get a close-up of it. You guys can do a screenshot. You know, I suggest doing screenshots. So the falcon, let's read about the falcon here. Those being systematically demolished now are the Phoenix Falcon grid, Serpent grid, Dragon Moth grid, Jehovian Dove grid, Net, NRG, and Michael Mary Turnstile Matrix. I'll show you the Anunnaki Andromi Nephite intruder. You can, okay, going back to the falcon here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull these out real quick so you can see this. It's on a 3-ring notebook because you can see this is the falcon right here. Oops. Falcon. You can see the little design here. That's a falcon. And then you have the dragon intruder APIN is this one right here. Okay. And then the next one is the, I'll show you. This is what it looks like. And this one is it's the dove and the olive branch APIN Jehovian Anunnaki is this one right here. Right there. And then this is the serpent APIN, the Palladian Nuberian Anunnaki. And you can see the symbol there. This one. And then you have the Phoenix APIN, which is Palladian Nuberian Anunnaki right here on the bottom. And so we're going to learn more about this in time. There's a lot of details. So I will do more videos with these APINs because I find them fascinating. So much of the extensive mind control frequencies used to control and enslave humanity have sourced from these same intruder grid networks. These networks that were the negative alien agenda, that's what's been doing the mind controlling with them, okay? So they have them in these shapes and forms so they can see it from above. They can see that it's a dragon. They can see it's a serpent. They can see if it's, you know, certain forces control these. Um, so their mind control frequency used to control and enslave humanity have sourced from these same intruder grid networks, as well as every social media outlet and propaganda tool that has been deployed to influence and manipulate human beings. Every social media, every social media. It it's just mind blowing because it's just they've taken over. You can see that they have. Okay, so an propaganda tool that has been deployed to influence and manipulate human beings to intentionally plummet consciousness into the lowest frequency of misery and suffering, which provides a collective loosh of human suffering to power these and negative alien agendas and the APINs and virtual realities. When you have a negative thought, look, we're angelic races. Angelic races don't have negative thoughts. We are filled with love, kindness, and compassion all the time. When you have a negative thought, you've been invaded. And then those negative thoughts lead to a ton of different things. Brilliantly created, of course. And this is why I started Consciousness Connection, Mind, Body, and Soul. Because we need you guys, okay? Nevertheless, the Christos mission has recently had some major achievements. Whoa, that's great news, you guys. In this correction and the rehabilitation of Elohai Triple Lion Network, the Roosh Pillars, and the 11th Avian Gateway. This has been instrumental in opening doormat interdimensional portal systems throughout the Hara Krista vertical lines that allow our cosmic Elohai parents to begin their descendants into the earth reality fields. That's beautiful. Basically, we are, future reads past, past reads future. We are living in two different dimensions, and we're going back and forth, negative timeline, positive timeline. And I'm going to also read the next, which is the Elohai Taran, Taran, Blue Lion Grid, and the Gaian Gold Lion Grid. And this is long, and this will be the last one because I will be done within an hour and a half. That's a long video, but I have to read this to you guys with the connection because I'm going to go into little bits and pieces here because it's cool. The direct descendants of the Akhenaten and Yeshua genetic lineage from the Taran histories have been instrumental in the rehabilitation and recognizance of the grid work involved in the restoration of the Blue Lion Grid and the Golden Lion Grid from the instruction sets that were left for Elohai Mahara, Sirius B, Azurite lineage of Armana, guardian Akhenaten, the guardian Yeshua, and their descendants had the Tarian coded imprints of the Maharaji, Blue Flame Melchizedek to help repair the 5D, 8, and 8D rod and staff architecture by working on the Christos mission pre-fall templates in Sirius B that would be carried onto the adjunct time vectors in the inner world domain and merge with Earth's organic timelines. This was another meaning behind the code of the Blue Nile, the originated on Terra, T-A-R-A, and the ongoing ascension process, which is Ascension mission upgrade to Plan B that returns humanity into the inner world domains. This is achieved by making the angelic human light body an inner accessed Stargate system that aligns with the pre-fall crystalline templates of the ascension of Aurora Earth. The bloodline continuation of the code of the Blue Nile and the code of the White Nile on Earth are sourced from a cosmic Elohai coding that was designed to reconnect the Blue Lion network through female staff codes that are operating within the tri-matrix of the cosmic Elohai white, blue, golden, Leonian founder frequencies. These are the Anuhazi, Mua, Blue Flame Keepers, Solar Female Maharaji, Melchizedek's, Mother of Dragon, and Aquilel, directly related to the daughters of Christ or Sophianic bloodlines that incarnated on Earth from the tri-matrix of Krystal Star. These groups will appear to have silver and gold wrist cuffs with Elo, High, Emerald, or Amethyst founder, rod, and staff insignia for activating shields or signets inside their light body. They may be keepers of the crystals themselves and anchoring their dragon chakra into guardian portal systems. And these Christos light body artifacts are either present or not. There is no faking the inner Stargate tools. The opening of Stargate portals cannot be accomplished with cloned body parts or fake signet shield devices. Only organic. Although the intruders try to do this often, and it is a main reason we are in a spiritual war over angelic human genetics. The rod and staff activation codes have corresponding organic diamond sun spiritual body attachments. We are seen through an etheric viewing on individual embodied as an avatar Christos and above. The rod and staff merge occurs during the completion of each harmonic universe level embodiment and hold the coding potentials for activating all of the developing stages of the diamond sun body, which influences the potential of inner sacred herogamic union, which is essential to gain access to higher Stargate passage. For our brother and sisters that are not awake during the ascension cycle, we are assured by guardian hosts that there is nothing for us to worry about in this regard. Many contingency plans are in place to ensure all humans will eventually be escorted and returned to their rightful place and organic spiritual home. The eternal light and pursuant of truth will reveal loving benevolence that is our cosmic parents. The Amarna portal system was connected to the landmass of Ireland, where beloved guardian Akhenaten. Now, I want to tell you who Akhenaten is. His wife is Nefertiti. Nefertiti is one of my guides, and she has come to me twice. The first time she came to me was when I was involved in that Christian 21, where she said, I'm going to set the world on fire. Well, whatever that meant. And she also told me of a past life. And then she gave me a little bit of a blip, and I had to research it. And that was Happy. Happy is one of my past lives. Nefertiti just came to me the other day, again, because she is guiding me. And she talked to me about a personal matter that I don't need, it's neither here nor there. It's a personal thing, and that I'm going through. And but she gave me something just to not be worried about it and to move forward, because I have so many things in the mix here happening. But that's her husband. So Nefertiti is one of the Egyptian gods of sun, is the Egyptian god of sun. And I'll be interviewing the second time Sarah Cosmic Brexman, and she knows a lot about Queen Nefertiti. And so we'll get some good education on her. So that her husband is Akhenaten. She loved him very, very, very much. I believe they had 6 daughters. And so I believe one mother might have been another woman who had a baby. I'm not sure. We'll find out, more to be continued. But anyways, Guardian Akhenaten left Elohai founder records of hidden assessment of hyogramic union templating with the ruby sun and covert embodiment levels of the achieved in service to the Christos mission. This is a tremendous amount of information warfare sounding Akhenaten's Luciferian clones used to prop up several secret societies. So he had some clones, huh? How about that? And meaning only direct bloodline descendants and genuine contactees would recognize what is true and what is false in terms of content that is connected to the controversial narratives spread about him. So, you know, he had lies spread about him too, just like many other people. Although the controllers sought to destroy every last remnant of the existence of Akhenaten's temple modeled after the great white lion temples dedicated to the cosmic mother Elohai in Lyra, Amarna was designed as a multi-dimensional portal system that spans the entirety of the Albion light body grid systems. The Amarna portal is connected into the triple great lion network surrounding the Earth, Terran, Taran, Gaian matrix. Okay. Do you understand the Amarna portal is connected into the triple great lion networks? This means that the Lionsgate portal is connected to this network. Okay. Amazing. So cool. This is a hard one to pronounce. Sekhmet lions are a favorite symbol of the Akhenaten family bloodline. And so blue lions of the Tyrian blue lion grid and the white lions from the great lion grid often show their support for those connecting to the vertical staff lines in the pre-fallen Terran crystalline matrices. This is really, really long, you guys, and some of this is repetition, repeating it. So I'm going to stop there. I'll put all the links and everything. It goes into the dragon eggs and crystal cathedral. It's just a lot of information, and so when you have time, check it out. This is just amazing information. Thank you for spending an afternoon, evening, morning, or whatever your time frame is with me. It is very appreciated that you wanted to learn today. And Christos Diamond Body, Sun, remember to protect your energy fields and help you raise your consciousness level. Much love and thank you. And I will be preparing for my next reading 3 coming up here in the next week. But before that, I am going to be doing a review. I'll do a reading on the Cathara grid before that happens. Okay. Thank you. Much love. Bye.